Rashid Kidwai, the fact is, if the Congress wants the Aam Aadmi Party to possibly come in as a player in the urban seats in Haryana, because the BJP is strong in urban seats and the Congress is strong in the rural belt, then why not let it fight on its own? Because then the Aam Aadmi Party could actually cut the BJP's vote then.
Preeti, I think in the internal assessment, Congress finds itself very comfortable position. There is a talk of 60, 65 seats. The Congress hopes to get out of 90, which is a very big figure. So therefore, they can afford to experiment. And this part of taking Aam Aadmi Party along is part of that strategy. Remember, in J&K also the Congress acted as large-hearted. It accepted fewer seats than what the state unit wanted. There is going to be similar template for Maharashtra and Jharkhand. So therefore, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who commands a lot of respect, he's become like a superstar of the opposition camp. He wants to show that he's there to make sacrifices and take everyone along. They are sure-footed about victory. Therefore,
but Rashid Kidwai, is there also a bit of a hidden agenda behind it that give the Aam Aadmi Party a few more seats than what they expect or what we should give, and keep the door open when it comes down to Delhi, because then the Congress can come and demand their pound of flesh from the Aam Aadmi Party?
You're spot on, Preeti, and that is the thing. So there is a comprehensive strategy, as I keep saying. This is all for all coming assembly elections. So the Congress is not looking at just, in Haryana. Of course, state unit is looking from that point of view, and every seat matters, as you were pointing out. But here, Congress wants to make some concessions so that it can consolidate, because you see, Delhi victory or defeat is going to have a huge, consequences. And both Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are slightly vulnerable when it comes to Delhi.
All right, Akshay Marathe, because you might ask for 10, you might get a figure in the middle between that. 4 or 5 is what at least our reporters are telling us. But you also then give the Congress elbow room to come in the next 5 months when Delhi goes to polls in early January and say, we allowed you in on Haryana, now we want our pound of flesh in Delhi.
Preeti, I'll answer your question, but let me quickly point out that when we were speaking of factionalism, the BJP spokesperson was talking about how there are different factions in all parties. If we play the statements of Sanjay Bhatia ji, of Anil Vij ji, of Rao Inderjeet Singh ji, of Nayab Singh Saini ji, it will appear as if we are talking of multiple parties in Haryana, not one party, the Bharatiya Janata Party. So the BJP needs to set its own house in order. And right now it is appearing like a sinking ship where a lot of people are jumping. I won't use the word rats, but coming to your question, Preeti, about Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, I think the Delhi election is quite a distance away. There is a lot of time to go before Delhi. We have been winning Delhi by, you remember, by historic margins. Last time we won by 62 out of 70 seats. So we are a very strong, dominant player in Delhi. What happens in Delhi elections, I think Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is the only competent person to decide that, and he will take a call when the time is right. But for now, we are talking about Haryana elections. We are talking about a state where we have already contested in an alliance in the past. And remember this: the last Lok Sabha election in 2019, BJP had won 10 Lok Sabha seats. And they had still struggled to form a state government without the support of JJP. This time they have won only 5 seats, so the writing is on the wall. They are going to lose by a historic margin this time, and that's because of their own doing. Their own incompetent and corrupt government has become so deeply unpopular in the state now that the field is wide open for an opposition player to come in and take their position.
Siddharth Yadav, you've been wanting to intervene. Go ahead.
Preeti, first of all, the larger-than-life picture of Rahul Gandhi that is trying to be created here, that he is the leader of the entire opposition. I don't know what happens to that image when it goes to Punjab or when it goes to Delhi. Just after the Lok Sabha polls, the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party, they parted ways, all alliance partners. What happened with Mamata Banerjee, we've all seen that. So now if he wants to create that image, he should first remember that there's no alliance in Bengal, there's no alliance in Punjab, there's no alliance in Delhi. And the Aam Aadmi Party clearly doesn't want them there. But that is not the cup of tea here. The point here is that Congress Party itself, they also know the condition, their situation, their Sangathan, the party which has not been able to appoint booth presidents, Jilla presidents in the state. They have no cadre, no sangathan below a state president. It's the only party which is running with one state president, but no office bearer below that. So that party, which won 31 seats in the last time, but got their deposits forfeited on 27 seats, which know that there are parts of Haryana where their sangathan is not there, they don't have candidates, they don't have any aspirants, and the people are not willing to vote for them. And the people remember the 10 years of tyranny that were under the Hooda rule and what had happened under that. But my learned friend, the journalist, was speaking about jobs. Definitely jobs are going to be one important aspect that people are going to vote for, because the kharchi parchi sarkar of the Congress party is no more there. I come from Haryana. I come from South Haryana. I have seen the people first time getting jobs without a kharchi parchi. Nobody in Haryana could ever imagined that they can get a job without without either paying up the Congress party or having a recommendation letter from one leader of the Congress party. But now in rural villages, in homes of poor people, jobs are coming. Government jobs have been given. Largest number of government jobs have been given without any kharchi parchi, without any recommendations. Okay. The highest MSP has been given, and MSP has been given on all crops. Forget Haryana. The Congress party has not been able to do it in any state that they ruled. Even when they ruled the country, they were never able to give the highest MSP. But Bharatiya Janata Party has given that. These are going to be the core issues. Bharatiya Janata Party is the only party with cadre, and they are going to form the government.
बहुत चुनावों के बाद एक ऐसा हरियाणा में चुनाव होगा जो इंटेंसली, अगर हम कहें, बाइपोलर होगा. तो आम आदमी पार्टी को फायदा है कि वो कांग्रेस के साथ अलाय करें. जो बाकी दो फैक्शंस हैं, जेजेपी चंद्रशेखर आजाद का फैक्शन है, आईएनएलडी बसपा का जो फैक्शन है, वो भी थोड़ा साइड पर रहेंगे इस बार. एटलीस्ट ग्राउंड रियलिटीज पे तो यही दिख रहा है.
बिल्कुल प्रीति जी, ये 2005 के बाद पहला ऐसा चुनाव है 20 बरस के बाद जो इतना ज्यादा बाइपोलर इलेक्शन है. 2005 में कांग्रेस पार्टी को 67 सीट्स मिली थी और 9 सीटें उस वक्त जो सत्तारूढ़ पार्टी थी आईएनएलडी उसके हिस्से में आई थी. 12 सीटों पर बीजेपी, निर्दलीय और जो बीएसपी जैसी पार्टियां थी उन्होंने संतोष किया था. तो उसी तरह की स्थिति है इस बार. बीजेपी के खिलाफ माहौल जमीन पर दिख रहा है. और सिद्धार्थ जी ने जो कहा कि किसानों के लिए बहुत सारे काम किए हैं, लेकिन वो किसानों को समझ नहीं आ रहे कि वो कहाँ काम हुए हैं. इसलिए किसान करीब 13 महीने तक यहाँ धरना देते रहे और उसके बाद थोड़ा सा
किसानों को आ रहे हैं, कुछ पत्रकारों को नहीं आ पा रहे हैं.
नहीं, पत्रकारों को समझने की जरूरत नहीं है. पत्रकार तो एक ही वोट डालते हैं. वोट तो किसानों को ही डालना. सिद्धार्थ भाई, उनको समझाने की जरूरत है. वो उनको समझ नहीं आ रहा, पूरे देश में समझ नहीं आ रहा, इसलिए पार्टी की थोड़ी सी स्थिति कमजोर है. खैर, तो इस बिल्कुल ये बाइपोलर इलेक्शन है प्रीति जी, और इतना ज्यादा बाइपोलर है कि जो छोटी पार्टियां हैं वो 2% वोट भी अगर ले पाए या 1% वोट भी ले पाए तो कोई आश्चर्य नहीं होगा. खासतौर पर जेजेपी और चंद्रशेखर का जो गठबंधन है वो एक सीट भी जीत पाने की स्थिति में फिलहाल नहीं दिख रहा है. आईएनएलडी उनसे बेटर पोजीशन में है. कम से कम 3-4 सीट्स पर उनकी अच्छी खासी फाइट है. और आम आदमी पार्टी का अलायंस होने से कांग्रेस को फायदा तो यकीनन होगा, लेकिन ज्यादा फायदा आम आदमी पार्टी को होगा. अगर उनका 1 या 2 विधायक भी हाउस में एंटर करने में कामयाब हुए तो उनके लिए विन विन सिचुएशन है. देखिए, यहाँ पर एक बात यह है कि आम आदमी पार्टी के जो प्रदेश अध्यक्ष सुशील गुप्ता हैं, उन्होंने पूरे प्रदेश में घूम घूमकर पार्टी का प्रचार किया है, संगठन बनाने की कोशिश की है, लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा इंपैक्टफुल उनका टूर जो है वो नहीं रहा. थोड़े बहुत वोट जरूर जोड़ पाए वो शहरों में.
चलिए, तो विन विन फॉर बोथ द आम आदमी पार्टी, मोर फॉर द आम आदमी पार्टी, बट also win win for the Congress. What does it mean for the BJP? It's going to be a bipolar election. I want to quickly get in, I want to put that one picture out, which also sparked a lot of speculation, because you had at one end Rahul Gandhi and you had Vinesh Fogart on one side and you had Bajrang Punia on one side. And I want to bring in Rashid Kidwai to actually give us a sense of, Rashid, how bad does the Congress want both of them to be fielded, and will both of them bite?
I think Congress is playing very heavily, as my friend Ravindra was saying, because when the going is easy, the party gets a chance to experiment a lot, and that is why they want to bring these two wrestlers. At least one of them is sure to get a ticket, so that you create a kind of atmosphere where BJP is put on the defensive. So therefore, it is very important for the Congress is playing like a, as if it's a done deal. And that is why they are doing all these things to depolarize the BJP.
But what are your sources telling us very quickly, Rashid? Is Bajrang ready to fight? Is Vinesh ready to fight? What is the indication? Why meet KC Venugopal today?
Yeah, I think when KC speaks, he speaks on for and behalf of Rahul Gandhi. So I think that as far as Videsh Phogat is concerned, I think she is a certainty. There is some element of doubt surrounding this Bajrang Punia, whether he'll get it or not. But at least one wrestler is going to be in the fray for sure.